like and subscribe. This post I promised to make at the end of my last video. This video I promised to make after the end of my last video. This video is directed strictly to Hebrew Israelites. And this information is important for you to understand because I don't want you to have faith in God. I want you to know that God exists. I want you to know that God exists. And it is important that you know God exists so that you will have a foundation for faith. And your faith will not be blind. I will tell you this. To find God, you must search for truth. To find God, you must search for truth. God is not like a missing shoe and you look under the bed and you can find it because you don't know what God looks like. So how can you find that which you do not know looks like? What looks like? Now, I've told you and others in many videos that we live in the mind of God. The way a person has a dream and they wake up and they think that dream is real. It could be a nightmare. It could be a wet dream, but you wake up and you think it's real. Well, God is, though these are mortal dreams, but understand, God is immortal. So what I'm going to do, I've explained to you that we live in the mind of God. Now, if you go to Acts in the Bible, ACTS, go to Acts chapter 17. I'm going to start reading at verse 1. Hold on, please. Okay, I got it. Let's rock and roll. Okay, we're going to start with chapter 17, but we're going to read verse 27 first. That they should seek the Lord, if haply they might feel after him and find him, though he be not far from every one of us. So, for God not be very far from every one of us. So where must he be? Go to Acts chapter 17, verse 28. For in him we live and move and have our being, as certain also of your own poets have said, for we are also his offspring. For in him we live, move, and have our being. We live in the mind of God. So don't expect to see God outside of your mind. We live within the mind of God. Now, this is why we can say God is omnipotent. God is all-knowing, and God is omniscient everywhere. Omnipotent, God is all-powerful, because we live in the mind of God. All-knowing, we live in the mind of God. We are God's meditation. And omniscient is all-knowing. Omnipotent, I get them all three. I get them mixed up. But you understand what I'm saying. The only way that all three, omnipotent, omniscient, and everywhere, and God can be everywhere, is if we live in the mind of God. And we are created by God through meditation. But understand this. God has given us free will within that meditation to choose to do wrong or right. You see, that's freedom. Choice is not freedom. When someone gives you 5 choices, the choice that you want may not be in there. But we have total freedom to choose. To choose and to pick a choice is 2 different things. So we have free will within the mind of God. We exist within the mind of God. So Hebrew Israelites, understand this. This gives you a logical foundation to prove that God exists. Now, get this. I was an agnostic for years. An agnostic is a person who, if you ask them whether or not they believe in God, they will say, I don't know. I don't know. I was given this book. It's called The Kabbalion. I thumbed through it, took it home, put it on the shelf in my little bookcase with other books. And I had finished reading a few books from that I got from the library, and I wanted to read something else. I was looking for another book, but as I ran my fingers across my bookshelf, my books, I touched the Kabbalion, and I got this vibration, and I kept getting the vibration, and finally I pulled the book down and I read it, and that's when I knew that God existed, because I felt God's presence within my 5 senses. Now, I wasn't looking for God, I was looking for truth. But if we go back and reread 27 and 28, it says that they should seek the Lord, if haply they might feel after him. They might feel after him and find him. They may feel after him and find him, though he be not far from every one of us. That is the experience I had. They that should seek the Lord. But I wasn't seeking, I was seeking truth. They that should seek the Lord, if haply they might feel after him and find him. But see, I'm giving you the key to seek the Lord. I'm giving you the key to seek the Lord. And let's go on. And then it says, though he be not far from every one of us. Now, how can God be not far from every one of us? Only if we live in the mind of God. Truth adds up. Hebrew Israelite, truth adds up. For in him we live. Acts chapter 17, verse 28. For in him we live and move and have our being, as certain also of your own. As certain also of your own. Poets have said, for we are also his offspring. Read Acts. Go to chapter 17 and read verse 27 and 28. I will suggest that you read this book online, because what this book tells you is that we live in the mind of God. We live in the mind of God. And if you are sincere, it will give you 7 principles that will start you on your way to manifesting spirituality. Now, manifesting spirituality is what? It is a connection between your mortal and your immortal self. It is a connection between your mortal and immortal self. How did Jesus describe himself? He had white hair, the texture of lamb's wool, representing heaven. But his feet were like burnt bronze, mortal. His feet was mortal on earth, but mentally, spiritually, he existed in heaven. And that is what is meant by the description of Jesus. But then they also say he had fiery eyes. Fiery eyes means the sun, because the earth came out of the sun. The earth came out of the sun as a ball of gas. Every planet in this solar system came out of the sun. The sun is immortal by operation. The sun is immortal by operation. I'm getting ahead of myself because you will have to understand the things that I'm saying. You have to bring some knowledge to the table. And to understand the things I'm saying, the knowledge you need to bring to the table is in this book. You can read this book online, or you can go out and purchase it. With that, have a great day. Talk to you later. Ooh, I made a lot of mistakes in this, didn't I? I think I was sort of excited to tell you this. Talk to you later anyway. Bye-bye.